God created the heavens and the earth, and he made us in his own image. In the beginning, nothing farted out the heavens and the earth, and we got here from goo to you by way of the zoo. Or, in the beginning, nothing farted out the heavens and the earth, and ETs seeded the goo to make you. Those are our choices. I don't know about you, but I'm going to go with option number 1. And I'm not going to try to bend option 1 to match that other stuff. They are completely and totally incompatible. So, one of the things I often hear about this is, well, Rob, if that's true, if what you're saying is true, it's too big a conspiracy. Have you heard that before? Have you said that before? It's too big a conspiracy. No way. There's no way that could continue. Right? Well, okay, let's think about that. Is it really too big a conspiracy? Compartmentalization. Do you think a private knows what the sergeant knows in the military? You think the sergeant knows what the first lieutenant knows? The first lieutenant knows what the captain knows what the general knows? No, they know only what they need to know to do whatever they've been assigned to do. That's compartmentalization, right? Look into the Manhattan Project. If you want to really understand compartmentalization at work, and hundreds of thousands of people being involved and tens of billions of dollars being involved, the vice president himself didn't even know what was going on. The person in the office next to you didn't know what you were doing, and you didn't know what he was doing. No problem. Compartmentalization. The mechanic doesn't know what the king knows. Start looking into some of this stuff right here. Learn about the Illuminati, Freemasons, the Vatican, Jesuits, Trilateral Commission, Bilderberg meetings, Bohemian Grove, Committee of 300, Council of 13, and this is just the tip of a very big iceberg, right, of control. Again, that's how compartmentalization works. Not a problem. What government's trustworthy? You guys think the United States government is trustworthy? No. What about the Russians? The Russians must be trustworthy. Oh, I know. The Chinese are trustworthy. Or maybe the Koreans. Oh, Israel's trustworthy. Yeah. Governments are full of conspiracies. The military answers to its government. When it comes to the space program, a little over 500 human beings have allegedly been to space. And of the 500 plus individuals who have allegedly been to space, a vast majority of those come from military backgrounds. How many of you know militaries are trained to keep secrets? Right down to the private. Has to be able to keep its nation's secret, right, from the enemy. Right? So you already have people who have been trained, military trained, to keep secrets for a government that's anything but trustworthy. Then you also have, combined with that, many of the guys that are involved, not only are they in the military, but they're also in secret societies. Secret societies. You think they might have something to do with keeping secrets? Maybe. Just maybe. Space programs also answer to their government. All nations who signed the Antarctic Treaty are, in my opinion, suspect. Secret societies keep secrets, right? How many of the astronauts were Freemasons? Well, when I started looking into Freemasonry and what they might potentially believe and have to say concerning this issue, found something really interesting. Albert Pike is one of the recognized authorities in the Freemasonry world, was a prolific writer about Freemasonry. Chapter 1, talking about the apprentice in Freemasonry. You can look this up, freemasons-freemasonry.com. It's their own website, right? They're telling you this stuff. Right at the beginning of it says, the dimensions of the lodge, our brethren of the York Rite say, are unlimited, and it's covering no less than the canopy of heaven. To this object, the canopy of heaven, Scripture calls the firmament, they say the Mason's mind is continually directed, and thither the hopes at last to arrive by the aid of the theological ladder which Jacob in his vision saw ascending from earth to heaven, the three principal rounds of which are denominated faith, hope, and charity, and which admonish us to have faith in God, hope in immortality, and charity to all mankind. Accordingly, a ladder, sometimes with 9 rounds, is seen on the chart, resting at the bottom on the earth, its top in the clouds, the stars shining above it, and this is deemed to represent that mystic ladder which Jacob saw in his dream set up on the earth, and the top of it reaching to heaven, with the angels of God ascending and descending on it. The addition of the 3 principal rounds to the symbolism is wholly modern and incongruous. When they get down to the square and compass, the square is a right angle formed by 2 right lines. It is adapted only to a plane surface and belongs only to geometry, earth measurement, that trigonometry, which deals with planes and with the earth, which the ancients supposed to be a plane. You guys get that? The compass describes circles and deals with spherical trigonometry, the science of the spheres and heavens. The former, therefore, is an emblem of what concerns the earth and the body, the latter of that what concerns the heavens and the soul. So they're telling you in their own iconography, in the structure of their Freemasonic lodges, that that's structured after the firmament, and the square and compass represents the plane earth. Coincidentally, many of our astronauts, were Freemasons. Maybe they were hiding something. Why was NASA completely run by high-degree Freemasons during the Apollo missions? Why were and are so many of the astronauts and others within NASA Freemasons? Could it be that they knew something and were/are therefore responsible for protecting the secret? Consider what Albert Pike had to say, what I just showed you right there in Morals and Dogma. In their own writings, they describe the ceiling as the canopy of heaven. To this object, the firmament, they say the Mason's mind is continually directed. They later say the square is a right angle formed by two right lines representing the plane earth. Right there. Okay, let's continue. Most are just doing their job and have no reason to question it. Oh, I've got a friend that works at NASA. Oh, congratulations. He builds stuff. Cool. Oh, I got another friend. He looks at a monitor and reads data. Awesome. They build stuff to put on something that goes on a launch pad with very few people are going to be involved with, that's going to launch and go who knows where. And by the way, they all lose contact with whatever they shoot up as soon as it goes over the Indian Ocean.
Orion's over 100 miles up and going about 17,000 miles per hour. Just as it passes over the Indian Ocean, we lose communication. This is expected. The communications link we have through satellites to Orion is momentarily lost.
Why are you telling me that you lose contact, even today, with the stuff that you send up when it goes over the Indian Ocean? Could it be in that blackout time that somebody's switching something somewhere and feeding data to the people that are looking at the monitors? Maybe, I'm just suggesting, maybe that could be something like that. They build stuff, whoop-de-doo. They read data on computers, oh wow. They lose track over the Indian Ocean. The conspiracy of cosmology is no bigger than that of evolution. Is every teacher and everybody in on the conspiracy of evolution? No, they're just parroting what they've been taught themselves. As are so many other people with cosmology. It's the same thing, no different. And they put it in a textbook and nobody questions it. All right, then what's the motivation? Why would they lie? Well, I think this billboard says a lot. In science we trust. Freedom from religion. They got their prophets, right? Scientism is a religion. This is my theory. First, get people to doubt Yahuwah's word by destroying the very foundation of our Bible, Genesis, specifically the creation account. Number two, set up a new paradigm where God is out and science is in. Evolution removes Yahuwah from the equation. Number three, when evolution finally runs its course and becomes utterly bankrupt, introduce the idea of intelligent design, but deny the true designer his due credit and place it rather on ancient aliens. Number four, promote the ancient aliens theme as much as possible in all forms of media by perpetuating the concept of Earth as a tiny blue marble orbiting an average sun in an average galaxy among trillions of other galaxies in an ever-expanding universe. With so much potential for life to exist in such a vast expanse, the idea of alien scientists being our creators seems a lot more plausible over time and heavy indoctrination. And number five, the stage is set for our alien creators to return and bestow upon us their miracles, signs, and wonders in order to convince us all the more that all religions are false. When we put our trust in them, finally, when Christ does return, we are all convinced that he is the enemy and our united world gathers together to make war.